matter how good you are, if you're having to go for more than a minute, somebody really going after you, your energy level starts to go down, your heart rate goes up, and your access to your fine motor skill diminishes. Right? So trying to really build that reflex that as soon as you throw that, and I'm trying to get to, right? So that was what, damn, 5 seconds. So, getting it done, and go home and play guitar. Or, get your sword form. Right? So let's look now at a bit of slowing back down in terms of techniques, but understanding how to really use that touch. Right? So it's one of the things that sets Wing Chun apart. So I was watching a great nature special, Sir Dave Attenborough special on mammals, but I was thinking about Wing Chun because he was talking about raccoons. And I didn't realize this, but raccoons, they're one of their primary sources of information. Dogs and canines are more scent-oriented. The raccoons use that as well, but their touch, tactile. Apparently the raccoons' hands, even when they're in cold streams, they can still have sensitivity. And they measure the brain activity. The raccoon devotes as much brain hardware, hard drive space to what it feels as we humans do for visual. Right? So they're saying that for a raccoon, they're kind of literally seeing with their hands. So it's foraging around, and it can tell the difference between a rock and a clam just by feeling it. You can feel when there's a crayfish and know where and get that thing, right? So, Virgin, I want you guys to start really seeing how, even if you, close hands, hot side, too stiff, relax along. Right, now close your eyes, right? So now he's going to be a raccoon. Keep your eyes closed. You've got my elbow. So if you're touching the elbow, mentally you can put together the whole rest of the body just based on the touch, right? So use your free hand, find my head. Good. Keep your eyes closed, use your free hand, find my ribs. Yeah. Keep your eyes closed, use your left leg, find my leg with a kick. Yeah. Nice one. So my point is, you don't need to necessarily see the targets. What we want to use the eyes for, go ahead and open them, is to focus on the threats. Right? Later on, if we're looking at a specific pressure point, we will use the eye for that. But in general terms, anywhere in here is going to be a pretty good strike. Right? So if I'm feeling the elbow, I know where all the targets are without having to see them. Right? So that's why you'll see your seniors when you throw your strike. So once they've gotten in, they're trying to maintain contact. Right? So if I'm in this close, that touch helps to give me information about what you're doing. It also allows me to help set you up to manipulate your balance and keep an influence on you. Right? But if you have, say two armies, maybe one's larger, but the smaller one has better intelligence, right? So I know what you're up to, even though I might not have as big a force. If I'm more mobile and I've got good and accurate, up-to-date information about what you're doing, I have a distinct advantage over you. That's how she can have a distinct advantage over you if you use what she said. So for this round, slow motion, right? It can be like, so your punch is going to come, and that all you have to do, go ahead. Straight punch? Yeah, straight punch is fine. I'm just guarding the line. He brings the contact to me. Now we're connected, right? So he has just sealed his fate, right? So when he brings his elbow back, he's bringing me with him, right? I'm like that malaria germ from your Costa Rican vacation. So now I'm in, I'm touching here, I can find this, and then I'll exchange the hands. So I can just follow him and continue monitoring and striking. So touch, hit, touch, hit, touch, hit. So first round, we won't look at too much interference, but if I'm feeding the punch to you, adhere to my arm. You felt in my pox, I was really relaxed, like a wet towel. It's not, this is announcing, hey, I'm here. It's sneaky. All right, so let me bring contact to you. Guard up. Boom, and follow you move my arm over here, what's that way to bring it for you?
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So if you stay on the outside, unless I do something, if I push back against you, that's a different situation, yeah, because I initiated that. But if I'm here and just I decide, you know, I want to see what kind of underarm deodorant he's using, right? I just invited that other side. Right? So if I'm on the outside, it's good, right? So once I've gotten, I'll stay on the outside unless he tells me differently. Right? That's it. But even from there, you know, if you don't have much leverage, you resist with that. So it won't be too much difficulty. But our first round here is follow it in. Boom. That's it. Just kidding. Right? So let's get to our feet. And slow motion, we'll just do 5 on a side. Feet punch, let your partner work a little bit of follow through. And we'll start after this round adding some variables that touch will help to guide you to where you need to be. 5%. Right, so no. Did you see what you just did? Let's see if you can even notice. Yeah, you're going here, right? So principle number 1 is,
Protect your center.
right, so are you protecting your center line right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. If you bring it over here, not so much. Your rear hand maybe, but you just opened it up.
Right.
So maybe it's your attacker's problem how they're going to get through here. It's going to be this side or that side. So if I'm okay, I just brought it to you. And now, there's your, yes, continue. So monitor that the whole time. Good. Now careful on this one. You feel what you're doing? Pulling you. Just, for now, just touch. Later on, we can learn how to use that to manipulate the balance. So right now, first step, just get used to keeping that touch. Right? That's it. And then reset. So just go a few steps deep on that. And up. Just stay relaxed, right? So if I'm here and you punch, I don't have to move, right? I'm guarding the center line. If you bring a round punch, I'll have to move. But if it's straight, you're probably going to run into my guard. So I don't have to do as much, right? It's the Tao of laziness. See, I bring it right to you. But you should stick to me once you get the touch. Boom, that, you know that brings you in? Because in public transportation, great. With that monitor, great looking. Make sure that's true. So that's bring it in. Yes. Right? So defenders, if you're touching one, you're watching the other. And attacker, if you see he's watching your eyes or something, yeah, thank you. Keep him honest. Good. So that's one on the side. Good. Now switch up from the right. Right, so hold the line. If I'm trying to reach that line, I bring the contact to you. Boom. So you should be here hitting me. Touch, bring it in. Boom. That's it. You felt on that one, it's kind of like I pulled you that way by pulling my arm back, right? There we go. I just think malaria. 1, 2. Keep the monitor. Right, so yeah. And Mr. Morgan, when you are ready, we'll get you out. Go down here. Good. Slow it down now. Very nice flow. But, right? I want you to go kind of half tempo, right? So, would you leave your arm out when you punch somebody? No. You ever see that?
I think I'll just stand here for a bit.
There was one kid in my high school who actually did attack like that. He was sort of short busted.
Worth.
That's it. Right? So his retraction of his arm brought me with it. Right? extending something you shouldn't have, now it's stuck to you. Whatever image helps illuminate that for you. So did you pick up the drill?
I'm not sure it's the same thing. Somewhere.
Yeah, basically we're doing is guarding the center line. The attacker is going to bring a punch, but the defender's emphasis is on sticking, right? So being pulled in, and then continue keeping a monitor of that elbow throughout. So once you're in this exchange distance, this compressed range, one hand striking, one hand monitoring throughout. So let's do a few more for you on the side.